Hi, this is MicarRamosian and welcome to Commoner's Diary. And today I'm gonna share my experience on filing K1 visa. Alright? And before we start, I'm going to apologize for the messy background that you're going to see or you're seeing right now. Alright? So what we did for K1 visa application was we hired a lawyer. Yes, my fiance James hired a lawyer for us to avoid future mistakes on filling up the form, because we checked it. There's a lot of terms that's really jargon for us. So yeah, and we valued our time. We just want to be together and we're very desperate to start a family as soon as possible, because you know, we're not getting any younger. And I know it's a bit pricey. It cost us $1,500 for the professional fee for the lawyer, and for the paperwork it cost us $525. Okay, but it's all worth it. I'm telling you, it's all worth it based on my experience. Okay, so what are the requirements? So here we go. Let's start with the birth certificate of my fiance and by page of his passport and photos of being together, screenshots of our conversations, the receipt of the engagement ring he bought me. This one, we got engaged on May 6, 2018. All right, that's very important. The lawyer will ask you for that if you have engagement ring, and he's going to ask for the receipt and whatever. Okay, what else on my part? That's gonna be COMMONER or certificate of no marriage, NBI clearance, PSA birth certificate. What else? Intent to marry from James and intent to marry from me. And we highly suggest you to have it notarized. Okay. What else? 4 letters from our close friends and family who can tell our, what was that? Who can tell our, you know, love stories. So in our case, I sent 2 letters, one from my best friend and my brother. Okay, so they signed the letter they made, and they have photocopies of their valid IDs attached on the letter. What else? And of course, we notarize it as well. And same goes for James. 1 letter from his sister and 1 letter from his best friend. So yeah, that's the first part. Alright, so we sent it sometime in November 2018 last year. And then USCIS was able to receive our packet on 18th of November 2018. Okay, so I'm gonna put another list for these requirements we sent to the lawyer on filing K1 visa. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on the description box below. After a few months, sometime in May this year, 2019, my fiance was able to receive notice of action 1. After a month, he also received this notice of action 2. So it's a case-to-case basis as well. It depends on your case, because I heard some other couple who is filing K1 visa, the interval of their NOA are very far. So let's say they received this NOA 1 in January and they received this NOA 2 in May. So it's very far, you know. So in our case, after a few months, we were able to receive this NOA. And then on May 6, 2019, my fiance James received this. I think this is the NOA 2 with barcode. So it looks like this. Alright, you're going to present it on your interview. And after a few days, I was able to receive this letter from NVC. So it has my official case number. So that's going to start with MNL and followed by numbers with the USCIS receipt number as well. And on June 17, 2019, I received this eligibility letter saying that I am able to pay for my visa application. So it cost us 14,000 something like that. So it depends on the dollar rate, because it's on dollar rate. Alright, so 14,000. So what I did there is that I printed an MRV slip. Okay, so all I have to do is to follow the instruction you were given here. It's all here on the paper. All you have to do is to read this and then follow the instruction, print out the form. You pay it at BPI, Bank of the Philippine Islands. Alright, what else? Before we talk about my experience at St. Luke's, I filled up this form, this DS-160 form. Okay, so before filling up this DS-160 form, I highly suggest you to scan your 2x2 picture with white background without accessories, because you're going to upload it online. Alright? So, what are you going to do there? All you have to do is to answer specific questions about you and your fiance, and what else, if you have committed crime, something like that, if you're related to drugs. So yeah, all you have to do is to answer those type of questions. Alright, and then after that, they will give you a specific number or confirmation number. It looks like this. Alright, starts with letter A and something, followed by numeric. It's random. Okay, it's unique ID for you, and all you have to do is to print this out, because you're going to have this on your interview day as well. Okay, so let's proceed on my experience for St. Luke's. Okay, so let me remind myself again on what I did there, because I had it on 3rd of July and today it's 25th of August. I forgot already. Okay, but before going there, you have to register online at www.slec.com, and all you have to do is to fill up the form online, and then they are going to provide you a unique code like this. Okay, it's one of the requirements. It's a must. Okay, so let's talk about my experience at St. Luke's Extension Clinic, located in Bocobo Street, somewhere in Manila. And if you're planning to bring your car with you, I'm gonna tell you there's no specific parking space allotted for us, so park at your own risk. So what I did there, I parked at the back of the clinic. I paid 100 pesos for one whole day parking, and I think it's safe as well. And then what did I bring there? I brought 3 pieces of 2x2 pictures with white background without accessories. What else? My passport, of course, and my eligibility letter, and the NVC letter as well. So yeah, I submitted all the requirements at the guard station, and from there they will tell you what to do next. Okay, so I arrived there at exactly 5 a.m. There's a lot of people waiting outside because they're going to have their medical examination as well. Okay, so you have to fall in line, and then they're going to ask you to go to 5th floor to pay for your medical examination. So how much it is? I paid 17,025 pesos. And then after that, I went down to 4th floor for my laboratory and urine test. And then after I passed that examination, I went down on 3rd floor for chest x-ray. And this is a long story short, because you're not the only one who's going to have the medical examination. So I highly suggest you to go there as early as you can. And then after that, I went out on 2nd floor for immunization interview. So in my case, I had my anti-tetano shot 3 months prior going to SLEC, because I got bitten by a box jellyfish. You have to be honest with them, because you might get conflict for immunization shots. And then after that, they're going to see if you have your immunization when you were just an infant, and they will ask you if you had measles and chickenpox. Those are kind of interviews or questions that you're going to encounter there. What else? And then after that, I went up again on 5th floor for eye test and physical examination. Okay, so on this physical examination, there is a doctor who's going to ask you to take off your clothes except your undergarments. She's going to ask you if how many kids you have. In my case, I don't have kids. And if you have had an abortion, something like that. It's kind of personal, I know, but you have to be honest. And what else? If how many tattoos do I have? In my case, I have 2 tattoos on my body. And then what else? She saw this slashes here on my wrist. So he asked me, what did you do way back? She said I had suicidal tendencies, so she's going to refer me to undergo on a psychiatric evaluation. So yeah, of course I underwent on a psychiatric evaluation, and you're going to schedule that because not everybody in the clinic is going to undergo on psychiatric evaluation. That's very, very confidential as well. And what else? That's an extra payment of 2,000 pesos, and you're going to schedule that. And in my case, I had my physical examination there on July 3, and I have my interview with the psychiatrist on July 9. So it took some time, you know. Okay, so long story short, again, on July 9, I had my psychiatric evaluation. So the psychiatrist asked me to fill up some form, like how many times you smoke, are you a drinker, are you suicidal, did you have marijuana back then, or drugs. All you have to do is to be honest, okay? Fill up the form, answer those questions. And what else? On my psychiatric evaluation, he asked me, or the psychiatrist asked me a few questions like, why did you do that, slashes, what were you thinking while doing that? And I said blah 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 and blah blah blah. And he asked me what did I do for me to overcome the depression, what did my parents told me, what was siblings' reaction about this. So yeah, I said I think they're going to take everything away from me if I don't stop this, and they're going to take away my education, my gaming console, what else, everything, like cell phone. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose them. So yeah, so I said I focused on studying and on my gaming, and I forgot about it, and yeah, and so on and so forth. The reason why they're asking about my past suicidal, you know, slashes is because for them to be able to help us or help me at the US Embassy. They're the ones who's going to testify why did I did that, you know. Okay, so I got very, very paranoid. I know how you feel right now if you experience this, you know, if you underwent on psychiatric evaluation as well. I know how you feel. And then long story short, again, after 3 days I called them, and they said they're going to release my medical results, and they said they're the ones who's going to forward it to US Embassy. They only gave me this CD. Okay, again, you're not going to bring this with you on your interview. Don't bring it with you, just leave it at home, but you're going to bring it in the United States. I suggest you to be honest when you encounter a psychiatric evaluation, and don't be paranoid if they are the ones who's going to forward it. There's nothing wrong about that, because in our case, that's very, very confidential. Okay, so don't worry, just relax yourself. Don't worry about it, okay? Trust me, I got this. I passed everything, okay? Alright, so yeah. And then after that, I was able to schedule my interview at the US Embassy. I called the US Embassy hotline. They're the ones who's going to schedule your interview. And of course, they will ask for the MRV slip. Okay, so let's talk about the requirements that you're going to bring with you on your interview date. Aside from checking my checklist, I also brought the papers that my fiance sent to my lawyer, to our lawyer. Okay, so this is the I-129F petition for alien fiancé. What else? The recent intent to marry, notarized. His bio page of his passport, the bio page of my passport, and some letters from our family and close friends. Okay, so I brought with me the W-2 wage and tax statement from 2016, 2017 to 2018, and then 1040 or US individual income tax return from 2016 to 2018 as well, and pay stubs and fiance's employment certificate, affidavit of support. So that's it. Those are the primary requirements from him, from your fiance, from the petitioner. Okay, and on my part, I brought my Senomar, my NBI, my latest NBI, the official receipt from SLEC, and most of all this DS-164, because when you arrived at the US Embassy, they are going to ask you for your passport and your DS-164 right away, so get ready with that. So what else? Recent intent to marry notarized as well. So that's it. I think we're all set. Okay, so let's talk about my experience on my interview day. I had it on 22 of August 2019. Okay, that's the nearest available slot after I finish my medical examination at SLEC. So when I arrived there, there's a lot of interviewees, I guess, waiting outside, and then you have to fall in line. You are not allowed to bring your phone with you. Any USB chargers, any CDs, any USB flash drives, digital watches, you're not allowed. And of course, lighter. My lighter got confiscated and they never return it, and they will never ever return it. Okay, they don't have specific parking for you, but you can bring your fiance, your petitioner, with you inside. Okay, so on the pre-screening windows, they are all Filipinos working there, and then they're going to ask you for your DS-164, for your Senomar and your NBI, and of course your medical results. In my case, I don't have my envelope with me because SLEC told me that they are the ones who's going to submit it. So I told them, and I just show them my receipt, my official receipt. So from there, from the pre-screening windows, the Filipino guy asked me if what countries I visited already and why did I go there, how old is my fiance. It's in Filipino language, by the way. How old am I, birthday, full name of my fiance, what else. So that's it. And after that, you're going to wait for the biometrics. And then after that, I proceeded to the last and final window, the moment of truth. Okay, so I prepared these photo albums. Aside from my papers or the requirements, I'm gonna show you. I prepared this and this. What else? And this one. Okay, let's talk about this. This is our photo album with some boarding pass, okay? The story of our relationship or proof of relationship. So it should have captions. I suggest you to put some captions on each picture, a little bit description about your photos. That's way back in 2017, and this is our latest pictures. And don't forget to put your photos with his family if you met them already. This is his mom, brother's friends. What else? Conversation, our first meeting this year. What else? So yeah. And this conversation from 2017 up to now. So this is summarized already, okay? the questions I encountered on the final window were: how old is your fiance? What he does for a living? How did you meet? And then when your relationship started. So those are the 4 questions I encountered. So I was able to answer all of them. So it's a case-to-case basis again. And then after that, he focused on the ghost because my fiance recognized me on the television. My video way back in 2017 went viral because there was a ghost captured at my back. So I sent it to KMJS, or Puso Mo Jessica Soho, on Channel 7, and they televised it nationwide, and then James recognized me back there in the United States. So long story short, I know you're not interested. Alright, and after that, he was like, really, there was a ghost? Okay, so let me see that ghost. I said, it's on YouTube. I gave him the link and the specific timestamp there, and he wasn't able to see it because he said the internet connection was very, very slow. Yeah, and then after that, he gave me this pamphlets. And he said, your visa is upon approval. And I was like, it's upon approval. And he was like, yeah. And if you feel violated in the United States, call 911. So I'm a bit confused. But he gave me these pamphlets, and we all know that these are the go signal, or one of the confirmation that you actually passed the interview and they're going to approve your visa. And of course, they didn't give back my passport. And that's another thing. If they return your passport, that means you didn't pass the interview, or they are not going to approve your visa. What else? If they gave you a blue paper, I don't know about that. Okay, so let's not focus on that negativity. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's my experience, and I hope you like this video. I hope this video helped you. Okay, if you have more questions, feel free to write down a comment. All right, that's it. Good luck, and I know you're desperate as well to see your fiance and get married, right? Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, this is MicarRamosian. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel for more commoners stories. All right, bye. You have a wonderful day.